Yeah.
What? Lars was talking about microchipping.
Yes.
I didn't hear what you said.
Yes, the connection is not so good at the moment. But yes, I was talking about it, and that's basically a little subgroup of the other international call, where we have made this group that does testing for microchip implants.
Oh. I don't know if you heard in the UK they want to pass a law that all dogs will be microchipped.
Yeah. What we are finding is that very close to all human beings are microchipped. It's very, very scary.
Wow.
And how come the microchips into our bodies? Do you know the way how they do it?
We're actually doing radio frequency testing.
We have an idea in some cases, not all cases. The microchips that are the size of a rice grain are probably injected with a syringe, and those are the types we find a lot with the mind control victims and other people. And we find them in very specific places, in the very same place, basically, if people are complaining of mind control. It all started out just testing victims of mind control. So those were the first ones found. But in the US, they have started to test people like local politicians and military people. And they come up in different places. So the chip might be different, but what is very astonishing is that all people who have been in the military come positive for radio frequency in exactly the same spot. We suspect this is also an injection of some sort, and there is of course the possibility with the nanochips, but we don't have. That's very, very difficult for us to say anything about. The only ones that we do know about really, or pretty sure, is that the very chip style ones are injected.
Yes. And I guess it's because of vaccines, you know, when they, I mean in Mexico City, they made vaccines for the tourists when they came to the airport, when they arrived. They gave them vaccines. I mean, it's like an attack, like they shoot you, you know.
Yes, we strongly suspect that, because the place that the military personnel and sometimes other people come up positive are always the places where they would get injections.
Exactly. Yes. And I think that it's true, because the politicians in Mexico City, there was a very strange case a couple of years ago with a politician. He was kidnapped, and they took out his microchip or his tracker, or I don't know what it was, and they let him free after I don't know, almost a year or something like this. He was a very famous politician here. And that proves that also here all these kind of people who are in politics and army, that they are microchipped anyway, because I mean they are following the orders and they have to follow well, you know. So they are for sure all microchipped, you know.
Yes, and there's. We've just come across some whistleblowers as well. Basically, it's Navy SEALs, and some of the more special forces know that they are chipped, because they are told when they are chipped. But they are told that they are chipped for this exact purpose, to be found if they are caught behind enemy lines, captured or something like that. Exactly. But what they think is that this chipping has a very, very different purpose. It's basically to surveil people. and that goes very well along with those of us who have mind control symptoms. Yeah. But at the moment, we're still trying to investigate. We have this 3-phase project. The first phase is to test for radio frequency emissions. The second one is to get image back up, like MRI scans, X-rays, and so forth. And third phase is to redo the scanning in a Faraday cage, a shielded environment, to completely rule out that the signal comes from outside. And before we get a bunch of people through phase 3, it's basically still an investigation, if you can say it like that. Wow. We have a lot of people that have come through phase 2 where we just need phase 3, the redoing of the scan in the shielded room, and then we're basically ready to go to courts and politicians and so on, and see what they will say, because then it's pretty conclusive.
Yes. Heads will roll.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yes, me too. Because it's a crime. They are attacking us and playing with us. They're even hurting us, playing like we are like robots or something like this. It's incredible. It's a crime. It's for me. This is a crime, of course.
Yeah. Well, actually, we call it. It's terrorism, actually.
Exactly, this is the real terrorism.
Yeah. And it's basically, there's no country in the world that has any constitution that would allow that. And we have in Europe, we have the UN Human Rights Bill, and if you read that, it's obvious that it's a complete violation of the UN human rights. And in Europe, it would be even more so, because the European Human Rights Bill is far stronger and goes a lot further than the UN Human Rights Bill. So that, and then you have basically the constitutions of the individual countries, which would be crimes against as well. So this is definitely treason and terrorism.
Yes. Wow.
And we also know that if we travel, people who travel, I've been to Thailand and Cambodia and other places. There's a lot of Whoa! I get some feedback.
Yeah, that was.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
But when you consider that when people travel and you still have those things, and you sometimes have crew shifts there, then basically the information is relayed to different secret services or groups, and this makes it treason. That's our interpretation of it, anyway.
Yeah.
And that's the way we're going to present it.
Excellent.
I wish Lars success. I hope he takes a video, of his proceedings.
We do. We have, and we actually have. If you want to see it, it's on the ISAC webpage. On the front page, it's called Domestic Terrorism, the video, and you can see some of the footage there.
Where is it, in YouTube? What?
No, yeah, it's YouTube videos, but you can find it on our ISAC webpage, ICAACT.org.
Okay, great, thanks.
And then you can see some of the footage where some of the people who have consented to that we might release the video footage there.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Okay. A question.
Our big problem is, of course, to get it out, and that's why I think it's very. I'm very thankful that you bring on people like Anthony Hilda and so on. Very interesting, yes.
Yes, and I mean, this is the formula, If you don't do anything, nothing will happen. So I'm doing everything what I can do that at least a little bit will happen. So that's why I'm doing all this, and the greatest proof is that I found you, for example, I found Anthony, I found Melanie. I mean, it's like anyway, the connections will come automatically. I mean, this is maybe the mission. This is maybe the sense of life. I don't know, but I try to do my best to get all of you together.
I think that it's the way to go, because our subjects and a lot of other subjects are very much kept out of the mainstream media.
Okay.
And so, thank you, and see you.
See you. Have a great weekend. Until next time.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye, Lars. I'm back.